The guideline I give to my diabetic patients in this, and also overweight patients, people who want to lose weight, is say, okay, at least one day of the week you shouldn't eat, like I've been doing for 45 years. Never eat between Sunday and Tuesday. Sometimes the next Tuesday, anyway. And then for 5 days maximum on a good diet. Now there's many good diets out there, you know. If there was a correct diet, there wouldn't be 200 diet books on the shelf. What's right for you is wrong for me. What's right for you in summer is wrong for you in winter. What's wrong for you in one biorhythm is wrong for you in another biorhythm. So there's enough good diets. But you don't follow that diet for more than 5 days, ever. And in those 6 days, in other words, the fasting day and the 5 dieting days, which may be 2 fasting or 3 fasting days also, doesn't matter. In that time, you get a type of a biofeedback. I would have liked to eat that. I would have liked to eat that. But my doctor's book says I can't eat that. So it builds up a lot of stresses in your body and in your mind and in your social life, because that's said to be bad for you. Now, if I say bad for you, is it bad for your stomach? Is it bad for your heart? Or is it bad for your social environment? It's important. What's the use of becoming old as a social outcast? I'd rather sacrifice a few years and have a social, enjoyable life. Talk of enjoyable, that also includes nice eating. Eating things you like, breaking out from time to time. Now, with this pattern, you allocate a very specific day to give in to everything you would have given in the week. But it is every week, which means you don't have to wait until you've lost 100 kilograms. You don't have to wait until it's your birthday next year. You wait until it's, say, Sunday. And in the rest of the week, you make notes of all the things you crave, all the things you think about eating, and on that day, you have everything on that list. Now, I can promise you, if you wrote down 7 Cadbury double-deckers in that week, plus a few slabs of chocolate, and now the rule says you must have it. Next week, you're going to go a few days before you write them up again. That creates biofeedback. One of our problems with guiding our own diet is that we don't give it time. We think about eating something and we have it. So we add an anticipatory satisfaction of a few seconds or a few minutes. If however you fast on your Monday, you crave something, you know you're going to have it on Sunday, then you've had 6 days of anticipatory satisfaction, which just gives you a lot more mileage for the same investment. And you never ever say no. You just say, listen, just wait a bit. It's not that difficult. Don't say no, just wait a bit. And I would say people whose diabetes is not yet in such excellent control as Mrs. Wenzel's may need the insulin on that day. May need the oral medication on that day. The way to get diabetes into remission, again, I don't say cure it, I say get it into remission. The most powerful single tool is fasting. Periods of fasting is part of our DNA. Those of our ancestors who could not survive a few weeks without food, they didn't become our ancestors. They became lion feed or something like that. So we all carry the genes that allows us to go for a few weeks without eating. And we can observe that, and in a place like this where we have knowledgeable supervision and a laboratory and investigations and nurses on call, one can do it quite safely. I will tell a person when it's necessary to abort that fast, and we can start another one. Please don't do it blindly. People have done a lot of harm to themselves for simply chasing a record. I want to also fast for 40 days to say I've done it. Please, please. That can be fatal. It has been fatal. If you do a fast, anything over 5 or 6 days, it should be under good supervision, at least until you have adequate experience and the necessary tools, such as some biochemical equipment to monitor yourself, or be in a situation where somebody can monitor you. Don't take this lightly. We like fasting and exercise to go together, but I wouldn't suggest you tackle the Comrades Marathon 2 days after starting a fast. We need to be reasonable. You know? And I just think telling people to eat every day and a few times every day, that is unreasonable. It is wrong. It's contrary to our DNA, and it creates a lot of diseases. Our whole world lives in these diseases caused by incessant everyday eating. Your laborer can't work 7 days every week, 52 weeks every year, 10 years every decade. But you expect that of one of your slaves called your digestive system. That's wrong. Your digestive system needs to rest. And some people will tell me, but my heart doesn't rest, and they're wrong. If you look at an electrocardiogram, in most people, about 2/3 of the time, the heart's laying there. It's working 1/3 of the time. Every organ in us needs to rest. The kidney shuts down when you have deep sleep. The brain, well, we don't know too much about that yet, but we do go into REM sleep and deep sleep, and it's just the computer can't understand itself, so I don't think humanity will ever understand the human brain. But at least we relatively recently learned that the brain can repair itself and make new cells. We didn't believe that before. Well, medical school, I was taught the brain, once you've made those cells, that's it. Can't make new cells. Now we know change. Things going to change. We're going to get more information, more knowledge, more insights, more experience. And a lot of what I've been practicing right now, I'm ready for it to be proven not the best approach. But I know it contains a few of the best approaches. It contains some of them, else it wouldn't have worked so well.